Hi, sports fans. You're now tuning in to Chicks in the Sports, the hottest sports show in the A. This is your girl, the self-proclaimed sportsnista, Yakiri Thomas, with...
I am Lita Lee, a.k.a. at Lita Wins.
Hi, this is Erica Blunt, the sports diva.
Hey, it's your girl, Alicia Bostic.
Hey, world, it's your sports guru. It's Bonnie, baby.
The game will never be the same. Game on! Game on! This is your girl, the self-proclaimed sportsnista, Yakiri Thomas, in the building with...
What's up? It's Carlita, a.k.a. at Lita Wins.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, it's your girl, Bonnie, baby.
Love it. It's an amazing day. Oh, my gosh. What a hot day today, right?
Oh, my
Literally
God.
inside the studio, it's a hot day. So I'm not sure if she's referring to outside or right now.
I'm seeing heat waves kind of floating around.
Heat box in here. But it's all good because we have some hot topics to talk about. And we have a wonderful guest that's coming up. We're so excited! Now, before we get into everything, let's talk about the All-Star Game.
Yes, the All-Star Game.
The
What
good,
do you want to
the
start
bad,
with?
and the ugly.
The super ugly.
Okay.
Right?
Shiobhan, you're all way too excited over there. Let's get into it.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the good, which is the dunk contest. I love the dunk contest. I really liked Larry Nance. I thought he was going to win. He did a double tap. Everybody was blowing up. He was like, they double tapped it off the backboard. I was like, he passed it to himself. I was so happy. I really thought he was going to get it. But, congrats to Donovan Mitchell. Mm-hmm. He did his thing, too. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the bad and the ugly are combined. Fergie.
Oh, gosh.
Bring up Fergie.
And
Let's
sounded
talk about
ugly.
it.
We got to talk about that. But go ahead. Say it. Go ahead.
So my question, first of all, Fergie, most songs that I know that Fergie does, she doesn't really sing. She's like a rapper singer.
Fergalicious.
Yeah, like Fergalicious, like what was it, Donk maybe, or something like that. Like all her songs I know are pretty much like straight chatty rap.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when she said she was about to sing the national anthem, I was like, sing?
What?
Sing where?
Come on. I just want to know, who are her friends or vocal coaches? Did you phone a friend before this incident?
Shade.
I mean, I'm just asking,
shade.
usually
Yes,
before I'm
absolutely.
doing something big, I'm going to ask a
Let me
friend,
ask
hey,
my friend.
what do you think about this twist I'm about to put on this?
You need to ask your Sagittarius
come
friends.
on.
They're the realists.
Exactly.
And they'll be like,
you need to pick an honest
no.
friend and just they
it?
would have kept it real.
But I
like,
think
nah,
the
boo.
angle that she was going for was something a little bit funky
So,
But before
apparently-
you do that,
Okay.
Marvin Gaye, way back when, did a rendition at the All-Star Game of the Star Spangled Banner, okay? So,
Marvin Gaye sings, though.
he does sing,
Okay.
but it was
I just wanted to point that out.
He's a
I just wanted to
legend,
point
too.
that
It
out.
was a little different, though. It was a little different.
It was. I think people are comparing her to the Marilyn Monroe birthday performance for President John F. Kennedy in 1962. I don't know if you
Did
guys
they
have
do
ever
that?
heard that.
I haven't.
But it's a very similar rendition.
Okay.
And if you guys know Marilyn Monroe, she was like an actor. She wasn't really a singer. So again, that just
sex
points to
icon.
she was a sex icon. I love Marilyn Monroe. Like I love her to death. But again, we're talking about Marilyn Monroe that's not a singer, and you're comparing it to Fergie again, who is not really a singer.
But she has had some, what is that song? I wish we could find that Fergie song.
I've got Fergalicious. I've got
It used to come on after the Tyra Banks show.
I feel like I know which one you're talking about that she sings
Yes.
it, but that didn't sound good either.
You didn't like that? Oh my gosh, Shiobhan, really?
I don't know. Between her and Rihanna, to me, they're not like the best vocalists.
They're not the best vocalists.
They're not.
I mean,
However,
but Rihanna, she would have
She's
smashed that. Come on.
she would have.
But have we
She
asked
would've
Rihanna to
smashed
sing
that.
the Star Spangled Banner ever?
I don't know why, though,
No.
but we asked Fergie to do it. Come on.
Again,
yes.
I'm just like, where's my sunglasses? Because the shade in here is real right now. What is
I feel
going
like the
on?
options, they had so many options of good singers,
Yeah.
and they
Exactly.
kind of picked the bottom few.
I mean, Beyonce was there just there on stage.
Yes.
My girl B do it. She
But
would've-
let's talk about that. Did you get? Wait a minute. We
Okay.
didn't let Carlita get her good bad.
Okay.
All
Go
right,
ahead, go ahead.
let's throw some good in there. So
Okay.
we had Beyonce and Blue Ivy, of course, making an appearance.
Yes,
and
of
as
course.
always, Blue stole the spotlight.
Of course.
Doesn't she
I mean,
always?
She is just absolutely adorable.
Jay-Z
She's
cannot say
everything.
that is not his daughter.
She
right?
looks
You
just
cannot, like, that is your
That's your
that is
twin,
your son.
bruh.
You are the daddy.
You are. No denying.
100% the father.
Yes.
Come on.
But again, I love Blue Ivy made her guest appearance, which took Twitter to a whole nother level.
Of course.
They love her.
Grammys, All-Star. They eat her
She's a
up.
star within her own
She
right.
is.
I mean, but comparing her to Riley now. We haven't seen Riley Curry in a long time.
Where's Riley?
Can we bring out Riley
I
versus
miss Riley. Yeah.
Blue Ivy? That would be
I
awesome, right?
sometimes feel like, if I was a celebrity, especially of Beyonce status, I would kind of shelter my kids.
I know.
I wouldn't want them real like.
Out
Is there
front and
is
impersonal.
yeah? Is she ever gonna be able to kind of just have real friends? Because everybody's gonna want to be Beyonce's daughter's friend.
Of
Like
course,
I want to go to
right?
Beyonce's house,
Birthday party,
everything.
And I've heard of incidents where celebrities, they actually have, random people coming up to their children, trying to take pictures with their kids,
Which
like
is
toddlers. Like, that's just creepy.
That's not-
Like,
What if
come
you
on, I
got
don't want to
stolen
shelter my
or-
kids.
that's I would probably shelter.
Doing too much.
It is, but I don't know if you guys saw that where Blue Ivy kind of hit her mom. She almost like
Did Beyonce get her back?
no,
Wait.
she did not. She,
Sorry.
I guess, I want to say, I think that was Diddy that came up to her and was talking to her, and I guess Blue Ivy didn't like what was going on, and she hit her mom like, "No, don't do that." And I said, "Wow, that's Blue Ivy is
My parents
really
are Jamaican, so I would have been snatched very quickly.
We're going to have to take a trip to the bathroom.
No, but
No, my mom would have turned around in public, and it would have been on TMZ the next day. So
we're in another world now. This is a whole nother galaxy that we're living.
But what's your bad, Carlita?
My background?
Oh, you're bad.
Not your background.
So, okay.
You want to tell us? We're open.
Anyways, Hispanic, Black, But, no, so I really like Vic Oladipo's. I loved his dunk.
Yes.
I love that he, contributed to Black Panther, and he put on the whole little mask or whatever.
And did something
but
dope.
the dunk itself kind of just lacked a little bit.
Yeah, I don't feel like it was creative.
But
yeah,
I
he
like
took
where
the
he was
extra-
going with it.
Yeah,
definitely.
of course. He took the extra step and tried to,
to do it.
contribute.
But I mean, let's talk
Yeah.
about the dunk while we were talking about it. The dunk was basically, wasn't he doing homage to Vince Sanity,
Yes,
Vince Carter? So I think altogether that homage there kind of really took it to another level.
Right.
I was again.
But if I'm not mistaken, the score wasn't that high on that.
It
dunk,
wasn't.
so.
It wasn't.
think it was,
But to me, I thought it was
but-
pretty cool. Just giving props out.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's all good. We definitely love the All-Star game. It has now
I
come.
enjoyed it. I
and
definitely
gone.
enjoyed it. And of course, LeBron won.
Didn't we have to talk about that?
I'm sorry.
I thought we were just going to move on past that. Oh, gosh. You had to bring it up. I thought we were going to move on beyond King
I'm
Bron.
sorry. LeBron, this is his third time tying
It
with
is.
MJ, Oscar Robinson, and Shaq. So this is
Isn't
his
that
third
lovely?
one.
That's great.
29 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists.
Amazing.
MVP,
Blow it up.
well
And
deserved.
Quavo got MVP for the All-Star game. And you said it.
Yeah,
He was
That
out
was
there
pretty
balling.
awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Representing the A, right?
North
Throw it up.
All day. So, I mean, again, we love this thing that happens. I just can't wait to one day it comes back to the city of Atlanta.
Yes.
It would be very awesome to do the All-Star game. Us be there, right?
Of course. I definitely want to
Why
be there.
not?
So.
Representing.
Next year.
Yes. Thumbs crossed, thumbs or fingers
We're speaking
crossed.
it into existence.
Of course.
We're putting it out there in the universe.
Throw it
so
out
it's gonna
there.
happen.
See what's going to happen. Hopefully, it'll stick. Well, let's talk about, the Winter Olympics is slowly coming to an end. Team USA women's hockey team defeated Canada 3-2. Amazing. This is the first gold medal since 20 years.
Mm-hmm. So I told you guys last week, I love the Winter Olympics because it just has like different sports that not a lot of people watch. I think they're pretty interesting because I'm just kind of like, so wait, how does this sport work? And it's hilarious because they explain to you how the sports work because they know you don't know.
All right.
So, I loved it. But that game, I was like, the whole time I was literally like sweating, cheering because I really wanted our team to win.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if you guys know, but there was like a huge issue with women getting paid, hockey players, women hockey players getting paid.
That's amazing.
So
What happened?
the average a hockey player, which is the highest paid one. Her name is Kelly Stacks. She gets $25,000. The issue was that they are working almost 2 jobs to basically be on the USA Olympic team.
Crazy.
Meanwhile, the men, from what I could find, their average is like 30 million
Oh, wow.
contracted.
Isn't that amazing?
There's a handful that are 3.5 million. Of course, they don't meet football, basketball pay. But for women, 20,000
versus
Why is it such a huge difference?
Because if you think about it, it's just the world that we live in. Because if you compare the two, NBA, WNBA, there's still a significant difference.
There is. It's different. I think a lot more people are, entertained by men sports.
Quote, unquote.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was
even
a big
though
thing.
women, we put in the same effort,
Same work.
if not more,
Right?
if not more.
And we perfect our
right?
craft, and we just don't get acknowledged.
Exactly.
But they did talk about that a little bit and just say, like, this is a good win for them because they've been working 2 jobs and they go to work out.
I know
and I was just like, yes, you guys so deserve this because I know Canada, those girls get paid. Like hockey is a big thing in Canada. I know they're getting paid, but 20,000 is like
nothing compared
to nothing.
Oh my gosh! So what I want to do is make sure that we give our number out because we got a wonderful guest coming up pretty soon. Elizabeth Williams with that little dream is coming up. 404-603-8770. Thank you for the sound effects. It's very well deserved. 404-603-8770 is the number to call us. And by the way, we got Soul Circus, Universal Soul Circus tickets. What?
When are you guys going to bring this out and let people know?
Free giveaway.
You guys better call.
Call us.
Call in right now.
And the question of the day is, who is my spirit animal? We talked about it last week.
Let's see who was listening.
We talked about it last week.
He's a low-key stalker.
Yeah.
I don't know about a spirit animal, but maybe a stalker.
It rhymes with Larry, and he's not an eagle. Okay? That's a hint for everyone. 404-603-8770. Get your tweets in. Get your phone calls in. We're in the building live with
Carlita
and Bonnie, baby.
all day, every Friday. Now, question. Are y'all ready for the SMH OMG moment?
OMG, I'm ready. SMH, OMG, more SMH than OMG, I would say.
Really? Wait, before you hold it, we definitely got to get to the theme song. So, before you do that, before you get to your SMH OMG, is it juicy? Is it something that...
It's so juicy. It's intriguing.
I'm excited about this. I love it good.
It's gonna have you on your toes. A little bit
SMH OMG.
Is it tea?
chin grabbing.
Is it some
like,
tea?
hold on.
Is it tea? Okay, we'll see.
I'm
Coming
excited
up.
to hear it. Coming up next, we got the shaking my head moment. Shaking my head moment right now. I mean, I don't feel like anything could beat Fergie, but
I mean, it's been some stuff going on throughout the week. I don't know if you heard, but
I'm still waiting. But thank you. Yes, so it's delicious.
So
Not yet. Wait.
she's so excited.
I am. I'm on the edge of my seat, literally.
Hashtag Chicks in the Sports tag is your best.
Yes, now. Coming up now, SMH OMG moment. Carlita has such an amazing SMH OMG moment. Waiting, biting my nails. What's happening?
Okay, so you know how Charlemagne likes to throw out the donkey of the day type of deal. Okay,
He always stirs the pot.
Yeah, so throughout the week, we have LeBron James. He did an interview with my girl, Carrie Champion. And he was just talking about how, no matter how rich you are, no matter what you have going for yourself, that racism still exists, no matter what, period. So, following this interview, we have this lady, someone who, we don't even know her. He's like, I don't even know what her name was. Hold on. I had to actually Google her name. Laura Ingram. And she has the nerve to just call out LeBron, say he's a dumb jock, he's barely intelligible, ungrammatical.
No!
Just calling him out just No. So, hold on, pause.
Right.
We have LeBron, who's doing so much for this league, so much for his community, so much for the world, just period. And always just trying to spread positivity, which he was doing throughout the interview.
Right.
But you felt the need to bring on your racial slurs and tell him, oh, stick to dribbling. That's all you're good at.
Okay.
What's up?
So,
hold on.
Again, I think this relates to why do we always have to bring down when people are doing something positive?
Exactly.
Like, I feel like she just wanted to say something and be relevant and be in the spotlight for sure. And, LeBron has done so much for his hometown. He's very intelligent, so I'm not entirely sure what
he's very intellectual.
What she's referring to.
And he's that man. Like, come on now.
But see, the thing about that, I believe that young lady you're speaking about, she's very controversial. She said so many different other things, and she tried to come out and say, oh, was it a racist type thing? I've said that about, because I think what she said, stick to dribbling or something, was her.
Yeah. Or shut up and dribble.
Yeah, shut up and dribble or whatever.
No.
But the thing about it, say what you will about LeBron, I really do, I joke around and talk about my Atlanta Hawks versus LeBron and all that kind of stuff. But I will say, looking at him, he's a very good role model.
He is.
He contributes back to the community.
He's not out here doing anything crazy.
Out here doing anything. You never hear him doing anything crazy. So
LeBron, he's a stand-up guy. I feel like he's a leader. And, he just wants to spread the word to help, end this social injustice and all this stuff that's going on throughout the world. And so he said, just following that, he thanked her, secretly, you helped us out because now during NBA All-Star Week, he gets to speak on these topics, and we get to continue to spread this word.
I love that.
Exactly.
So he turned
shining
that
a light
negative into a positive.
And that's what we do, baby.
Oh, yeah, that's what we do all day, every Friday.
So shaking my head to her because she needs to go take several seats.
In the back.
Honey. In the back of
all the
way to the back of the court.
Not
courtside seats.
Sit on the curb, matter of fact. Goodbye.
And that is Carlita's SMH OMG moment. Love that. Okay, so what else we have going on? Let's talk about some other stuff. I know that we, have a few minutes before we get to Elizabeth Williams. Atlanta Dream will be chatting with us in a minute. So excited. But what do you want to talk about? What's going on?
So I just currently seen this on social media, of course.
Yes.
I know a lot of you guys know the Combine is coming up where I have a lot of friends that are trying out.
Love that.
So shout out to them for doing their things because it's really hard. I know it's tough.
Yes.
And so I guess there's an issue with this marijuana testing.
Oh.
Now, if you guys don't know,
why everyone gasped? Marijuana. Everyone.
Don't tell on yourself. Don't tell on yourself. You are on air. But so I guess the marijuana testing is becoming a bigger issue because a lot of people are doing it. But
it's illegal.
It's legal in some places. And so I don't feel like marijuana is a drug enhancement at all because, if
gateway
anything,
drug is what they say.
I have speculations on gateway.
Studies proven, we're not really.
Well, if we have to be scientific, people have addictive personalities. And, of course, if you have an addictive personality, you probably should not do the drug.
Yeah.
Do any
it's
drug.
just like drinking.
It's like you do it in moderation. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's with any addictive personality. You have to keep
I think
that
that's
moderation.
that's really the scientific term. But also a lot of them are talking about, so when you test for certain drugs and marijuana in particular, it's actually testing your blood, your fat. It kind of tests your fat. So if you don't have a lot of fat, but you smoke, they'll never really be able to detect.
Really?
You'll never know.
Wow. It's something about what are they called? THC levels or something, something around that. Yeah, it stores in your fat. So if you don't have any fat to store it in, then it's
wow.
Right?
So you can smoke yesterday, drink a lot of water today, and be 14% body fat and pass the test.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I guess they're having an issue with that because clearly football players work out enough to probably have that low percentage of body fat.
Right.
Is it a drug enhancement? I don't think so. And I don't think it, if anything, you're probably killing yourself because you're going to need those lungs. So that's actually kind of your fault.
Yeah.
But, I would like to hear people's opinions on just smoking.
Would be good. Yeah.
Like, what do you guys think about smoking, being an athlete and smoking?
Being an athlete, that's a great question. Being an athlete and smoking. What's your thoughts on that? Send us tweets. We love to hear
tweet
that.
us. We're live right now.
We're live. Where are you people? Come.
Right. I know you guys have a lot of topics on, theories.
Yes.
A lot of people have theories on marijuana.
Yeah.
And I love to hear people's theories of why we should smoke it, why we should drink it.
I've heard athletes saying, it makes them, better, more focused.
Right.
It, enhances their physical,
and it relaxes your body.
Yeah, it relaxes.
I totally dig all that stuff. I'm more of, law of the land, just kind of follow the law of the land. If you don't follow law of the land, don't get caught by the law. But
hello.
Especially
smart.
In Gwinnett County.
And do not go to Gwinnett. They will get you.
Yeah.
Those cops will get you.
But you know what? Speaking of Gwinnett County, that's kind of off topic. I went to a wonderful event. It was held at the Gwinnett Justice Center.
Okay.
Mike Glenn, friend to Chicks in the Sports Show, former Hawks player, had his exhibit. He's a Black history guru.
I love people like that.
Love history, and I love it. I love it. And I got to meet some very interesting people. And since it was Black history, they had a portrayal of a guy who is an impersonator of Frederick Douglass. And it was so amazing to see that Gwinnett County actually kind of observed that time period because, so many moons ago, that was not the thing to do
was not.
up there in Gwinnett. So I definitely wanted to give a shout out to that because that was an amazing tribute.
I think, and I don't know anybody else's background, but just kind of quickly, kind of off subject, but toggling off of that, I grew up in Gwinnett County for the most part, and just growing up in Gwinnett County and then going to school, college in South Carolina, completely different worlds, and just like, he's my ex now, but his view on just how blacks and whites are versus our view when we're in Atlanta is completely different. In Atlanta, you see black people striving, driving Mercedes-Benz. We're doing stuff. We own companies. Like, he wanted to move here so bad because in South Carolina, I kid you not, black people are driving, like, Challengers and Chargers, and that's, like, the goal.
Right.
Versus here, we're like, no, we're finna get, like, Benzes, like, BMWs, Porsches, or whatever. And, my school was a Baptist white school. Okay. Majority of the people were white. All the athletes were black. Football team, basketball, all black. Yeah. We had the Confederate flag still painted on the floor.
Oh,
yes.
wow.
When I'm about to turn in, I can see it on my left, and then you turn down like this little country road, and it's painted on the floor as well. Okay. And I would get comments like, well, you're not really black. And I'm just kind of like, what?
What does that mean?
Excuse me. But, I've always gotten that, and I've gotten it when I was younger. Well, you talk like a white person.
Oh, no.
Because I speak properly, and I pronounce every single syllable.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
We have to change our standards. Not all black people have to speak slang, or we can speak intellectually.
Exactly.
Of course.
Exactly. And I think that was... In South Carolina, they do not see black people, like, when you come to Atlanta, they don't see black people, and for a lack of a better term, like us, that are polished, that do speak properly, that know how to carry themselves. I mean, I've gone to places in Georgia, and, black people have looked at me like, you probably smell really good.
What?
Like,
gosh.
But it's just kind of like that stigma still exists.
It does.
And it bothers me so much.
It shouldn't. Because at the end of the day, believe it or not, I'm from Decatur. My kids grew up in Gwinnett County. A lot of people, when I talk to them, they're like, you are not from Decatur. Yes, I am.
Yes, Decatur has a stigma.
From the deck. Stop playing. So I represent, my city. I love my city. But at the end of the day, we are all people. I think we should all be judged by what Martin Luther King said, the content of our what? Character, not by the color of our skin.
Yeah,
come on. I was trying to think of
where going.
Black History Month.
First of all, I don't want anybody to talk about Black History Month because people in this room have not seen Black Panther.
Oh, we'll get to that. Wait. Before we talk about Black Panther, we have a superstar who's on the phone right now.
I'm so excited.
Atlanta Dream superstar, Elizabeth Williams. Welcome to the Chicks and Sports Show. Yes.
Hi.
Hi, Elizabeth. We're so excited to today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Oh my gosh, we're doing wonderful. We're doing even more wonderful that you're here with us today.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, Elizabeth, right now, the Dream is totally doing something so amazing. You have a new coach, Coach Nikki. We love her so very much. What is your expectation? What do you see for the upcoming season? Are you going to mesmerize us as usual?
I mean, I'm really excited for this upcoming season. I mean, like you said, we got a new coach. We got a new GM. We've made a lot of changes on the staff side.
Yes.
And then player-wise, we have Angel McCautry coming back.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, she took the last summer off because she's been playing overseas in WNBA nonstop. And after the Olympics in 2016, she said she wanted to take a summer off. So having her back, in addition to the team that we already have with 3 All-Stars, it's going to be really fun.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
That's going to be great.
Yes.
So,
Go ahead. Don't fight. Don't fight.
I just want to know. So during off season, what is your off season like? Are you training right now? Are you going on vacation? What's going on?
So when I go overseas in the off season because the WNBA season is only in the summer.
Yeah.
And so I was actually in China for about 3.5 months. It's a shorter season than most of the overseas seasons. So I got back from that end of January. And since then, I took a break, took a couple weeks off, and now I'm back into working out. More focused on like strength and balance.
How was
and those kind of
China?
things.
What'd you get? Did you like go shopping?
did
a
you eat
lot,
like
or-
live octopus and stuff?
gosh.
Like, tell us.
Tell us all about China.
I've never been.
so
I need to know.
The city that I was in China was a small city up north, Anshan. So there wasn't really a lot there. It had a big steel plant, like it was pretty like industrial. But after the season, my agent came to see the end of our regular season, and then after the season, we took a tour together in Beijing, and we got to see like Forbidden City, got to see the Great Wall.
Amazing.
So that was really cool. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, with kind of flip-flopping, I guess, teams, does that make it harder for you guys to gel because you don't have enough time to really practice and just get to know each other, and then you kind of come back to USA and you play with this team? How does that work?
Well, I think the most difficult thing that we face in going overseas is that we're tired. So I was lucky because I played in China, and that's one of the shorter seasons. But I think Brittany is playing in Turkey, and that season will go on basically through April, and training camp starts April, towards the last week of April. So the biggest issue we face is just, having players that get really tired. Like, that's what happened to me before, and that's why I wanted to play in the Chinese league, because I wanted to be back early, be able to rest, be able to work out, and, work on other things. So, yeah.
But, I have a question about your experience with being overseas, because I know some of the older people like myself watch, Love, what is it called? Love and Basketball, I believe, with Sinai Latham
That
and
is my
Omar.
favorite.
And her whole experience of being overseas was so different. Could you, comparing that to being in the WNBA versus being overseas, which experience is just so, do they treat you guys like rock stars? How's your experiences overseas?
They're very different. I think Love and Basketball did a pretty good job with it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. If you're on a team, where you're by yourself with no other foreigners, it's pretty tough. Mm-hmm. So, China is like that, and then there are a couple other leagues where you're the only foreign player. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the European teams, you can have up to 4 foreign players, so it ends up being really cool. You have a lot more players that speak English, and then you get to interact with them on and off the floor. But I think the WNBA is still the best league in the world. It's the most rewarding to be able to play at home in front of your fans, be able to travel throughout the U.S. and kind of expand the game of basketball here. I think everybody would say if we made a little more, they would rather just stay in the WNBA and not have to go overseas to play. So, it has its perks being able to see the world, but I think a lot of us enjoy being able to have family and friends come and see us play.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Is the basketball world just as small kind of in the WNBA and going overseas? Do you happen to, I guess, kind of bump into other girls that you've already played with or you played against, and you guys get to hang out or anything like that?
Yeah, basketball circle is super small. I think overseas you really see it because you'll play against a team and be like, oh my gosh, I played against her in college, or I played with her in AAU or something like that. So it's definitely a small circle.
Now, my question for you. I know Carlita was up next. I just had to jump. Sorry, Carlita. I'm sorry. So, my question to you. What was your aha moment? What was it when you kind of decided, this is something I want to do professionally? I mean, or was it something that just fell into your lap? How did this happen?
So I think my aha moment didn't really come until college about playing professionally.
Okay.
So, I loved watching the WNBA growing up, and I just thought it was so cool, but I had always wanted to go to med school. And so when I was in college, I took pre-med classes and all that. And as my basketball career was kind of growing in college, I was like, hey, I have the chance to play pro and play pro successfully. And with basketball, I mean, I can't play it forever. And so, and school's going to be there. And so when I kind of had that moment in college, I didn't take as many pre-med classes. I wasn't trying to stress myself out, and I just focused more on basketball. And now that I've been playing, this will be my 4th WNBA season this summer, and I love it. I enjoy it, and I'm glad I took this path.
Absolutely. Awesome. We're glad you did, too.
Right? And kind of going off that, who was your biggest influence growing up in the WNBA? Like, who did you watch when you were younger and, just strive to, just want to be like and admire, I guess?
Great question.
Ooh, gosh. I watched so many players. I remember watching, obviously, the Lisa Leslie, Tina Thompson, but I really enjoyed watching Yolanda Griffith play. She played for Sacramento when they had a team. She just played super hard all the time. A true power forward, could do a little bit of everything in that position. But the person that trained me growing up was Nadine Demond, and she played college basketball at Iowa and played a little bit in the WNBA before too. And so she was somebody that told me I would have the chance to play pro. She saw that in me from a young age, and having that type of mentor also helped me as well. So I watched so many players, and I thought it's so cool that Katie Smith is going to be in the Hall of Fame because I remember watching her play. And so, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people I watched.
Awesome. So what is, I guess, something that you would tell women that want to play basketball, but maybe they are girly or they just don't feel like that's something that they're going to be good at? What kind of advice would you give them?
Oh, I mean, at the end of the day, you can be your true self. I mean, some players are super feminine all the time, and some not so much. But if you find whatever it is that you're passionate about, I say go for it. I think with basketball, it's really cool that the WNBA has been around for so long, and part of that is due to these women that are being their authentic selves and trying to push for this league to grow. And so for players that say, I don't know if this is what I want to do, but they realize how much they love basketball, I just say go for it.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Well, Elizabeth, I also had a question as well, I guess I'll save that for my 5 for 5 because we normally do a very quick 5 for 5, just very relaxed questions, silly questions just to get your mind rolling. So don't, take it all serious.
Okay.
We definitely, I want to get you engaged on this because, we had some tea from your teammate told us some special tea about you, but we'll get to that in a minute.
You should be nervous.
Now, question, how is your experience now? Love Coach Nikki. She's such an amazing young lady. Oh my gosh. Full of a ball of energy. Is she that energetic with you guys as well?
Yeah, I mean, the interactions that I've had with her, she's really energetic, and she knows the game, so I'm excited to work with her a lot more.
Amazing. Now, I guess difference-wise, have you had a chance to, because I know the way that, because everyone is kind of off doing their own thing while the season's not in, have you actually had a chance to sit down and meet her, or was it kind of like a conversation over the phone?
No, I've had the chance to meet her. So there are quite a few of us at the U.S. national team camp in South Carolina. That
Amazing.
Was, I think 2 weeks ago. And so we all got a chance to go to dinner with her and her husband, our new athletic trainer, our new GM. And so we all got to talk to her then. And I talked to her on the phone before that as well. So we'll text her once in a while. So it's been good.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and get into my 5 for 5 right now. Are you ready, Miss Elizabeth Williams?
Yeah, ready.
Okay. Everyone, serious face.
Okay.
Because this is serious business right now.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
All right. If you could be any sports ball, which ball would you be?
Ooh.
Serious now. This is serious.
That's a toughie.
A sports ball?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. That's a very interesting question.
That is.
It's funny though because I just watched the hockey team, the U.S. hockey team play, so I just have a hockey puck stuck in my head.
Oh my God! So a puck. Okay.
I'm trying to think of the one that gets least hit. Like, I don't know if I want to get dribbled or hit by a tennis racket or like, which one's not as bad.
Right. Okay. My second question. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
One horse-sized duck.
Yes. 100 duck-sized horses.
I would rather face one big duck.
One bush challenge is better than 100 challenge.
Right. Now, very serious again. If you could have one thing during a zombie apocalypse, what would that one thing be?
Can I just say shelter?
Love it.
Good answer.
Shelter. Good answer.
That's hilarious. I'm fat. So
You
I
know?
was like mac and cheese.
Right? Oh, God. Shelter works. Okay, here's the tea now, guys.
Okay.
A few weeks back,
Uh-oh, Elizabeth.
we interviewed Armani, right?
She's coming for you right now.
Armani came for you. And she said in a dance-off, she would choose you to go against because she would win.
Oh.
She said that. Now,
Oh. Okay.
I'm saying to you, the dancing ball is in your court. You have a chance to tag in one of your teammates to just kill the dance-off right now. Who would you choose to win the dance-off?
Brittany Sykes.
Oh!
Yeah, I would tag her immediately.
What's the top song on your playlist right now? What are you guys going to dance to?
Probably the new Pharrell song.
Oh, which one is that?
Yeah.
How does it go?
Is it the nerd? The one with the nerd?
Oh, that was at the
That was that All-Star game?
The one that Rihanna comes in.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Good
Yes, good choice. All right. And my final question.
Okay.
When it's all said and done, what would you say your legacy would be?
Ooh. Oh, man. That's a big one. Well, I would hope that I would be someone who is impactful on the community.
Yes. Yes.
So I hope when I finish playing, like I can still make a difference in Atlanta, in and around it. On the court, I would want to be remembered as a good teammate and, of course, as a champion. Like, I think at the end of the day, I think all of us want to be able to say that we've won a championship.
Yes. I love
So,
it.
yeah.
I love it. Yes, love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Elizabeth Williams. Yes. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Now, ATL, Stand Up, Support the Atlanta Dream. Is the schedule out? When is the first tip-off?
Yeah, the schedule is out. So, first home game is May 26th.
May 26th. Yes, we will see you again, Elizabeth. Again, when you're back in Atlanta, you know to come to the studio and hang out with us.
Sounds good.
Oh, there's
Like
your
a
song,
plan.
Elizabeth.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
again, Elizabeth.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elizabeth Williams. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yes, we love her, right?
That was great.
Yeah,
She's
such
great.
an awesome young lady. Again, we definitely got to support the Atlanta Dream and what they have going on. Oh my gosh, it's just amazing. Atlanta. We got to just stand up.
Support
honestly.
women basketball.
Support. I'm just saying.
It's our year, Atlanta.
It's
Let's
our
do this.
year. We support the Atlanta Hawks through and through.
Mm-hmm.
Come support the Atlanta Dream, okay?
Exactly.
And I guess next coming up is my birthdays and WNBA news. Coming up next.
On in the world, and your world is always changing. That's why it's important to stay connected. The latest news, the latest entertainment, the newest music. If it's in the air or on the air, it can be in the palm of your hand, wherever you are, with the iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Over 1,500 live radio stations from across the country, and over 15 million songs to create your own custom stations. Text IHR to 45495 to download the app or listen at iHeartRadio.com. Standard text and data rates apply.
Tune your radio.
Tune in.
Now. You can tune in to this radio station on any smartphone or tablet. iPhone, Android, BlackBerry, Nokia, Samsung, Windows phones, or whatever you have. Download the free TuneIn app from your phone or tablet's app store. Tune in with music, sports, news, and comedy from over 70,000 radio stations around the world, including this Beasley Broadcast Group station. Check it out at TuneIn.com or your app store.
Welcome into Chicks into Sports. It's Alicia Bostic, and I'm the chick who's here to be unapologetically honest.
Birthdays! NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2004, who became the youngest starting quarterback to win a Super Bowl when the Pittsburgh Steelers defeated the Seattle Seahawks in 2006. Ben Roethlisberger turns 36. Running back who won the Heisman Trophy with USC in 2005, but was forced to forfeit after he was accused of receiving improper benefits while in school. He was drafted second overall by the New Orleans Saints in 2006, and he later spent 2 years with the Miami Dolphins before joining the Lions in 2013. Reggie Bush turns 33. Quarterback who became a Super Bowl hero for the New England Patriots in his rookie season. With 20 seconds remaining in Super Bowl 49, the Patriots leading 28-24, he made a game-saving interception at the goal line to seal a New England victory over the Seattle Seahawks. He also won Super Bowl 51 with the team in 2017. Malcolm Butler turns 28. Running back, who was drafted by the New England Patriots in 2011 out of the University of California, Berkeley. He helped the Patriots win Super Bowl 49, then signed with the New York Giants prior to 2015 season. Shane Vereen turns 29. NFL cornerback, who won Super Bowl titles in 2008 and 2012 as a member of the New York Giants. Corey Webster turns 36. NFL placed kicker, who was drafted in the second round of the 2005 NFL Draft by the New York Jets. Mike Nugent turns 36. Running back, kick returner, and collegiate sprinter, who was drafted in the fifth round by the Steelers in 2012. He joined the Indianapolis Colts in 2013. Chris Rainey turns 30. Former offensive lineman for the New England Patriots, who became a sports journalist after early retirement. Ross Tucker turns 39. Basketball player, best known as a member of NBA teams like the 76ers and the Hornets. Jason Smith turns 32. Center, who made his NBA debut in 2010 for the Miami Heat. Dexter Pittman turns 30. Major League Baseball player who became the closer of his hometown Minnesota Twins in 2012. Glenn Perkins turns 35. A two-time All-Star who was named National League Comeback Player of the Year in 1995. He played for the Atlanta Braves in 1987 to 1993. He is currently a co-host on WAGA TV's morning news program, Good Day Atlanta. Ron Gad turns 53. Switch hitting middle infielder, known for his hitting, who made his MLB debut in 2013 for the Seattle Mariners. Nick Franklin turns 27. Known for his slider and propensity for getting the strikeout, he made his MLB debut in 2009 with the Houston Astros. Bud Norris turns 33. Happy birthday! This day in sports. Picture it, sports lovelies. The year was 1962. Wilt Chamberlain sets NBA record with 34 free throws attempts. The year was 1962.
Hey, this is Sports Diva Erica Blunt. You are now tuning in to Chicks Into Sports. I am that chick that's going to tell it like a T.I. is.
Guess what time it is? You already know what time it is. It's WNBA Atlanta Dream News, yes. Okay, sports lovelies, you already know what time it is. It's my favorite time of the show where I get to talk my favorite team, the Atlanta Dream. And this week on Twitter, the Atlanta Dream started the hashtag Ask Coach Nikki. Now, in a series of questions, Dream fans all over the world got to ask Coach Nikki a question. And of course, my favorite coach, Coach Nikki, answered those questions. Now, one of my favorite questions kind of stood out from the most, and which was pretty awesome question. The question came from at the Sky Show Shy, and the question was, how was the WNBA playing style change from before your head coaching role? What kind of playing style do you think we'll see in the future WNBA? Awesome question. And here on Twitter, the Atlanta Dream posted what Coach Nikki response.
Well, I think the league has evolved in that it's just become more and more athletic every year. It's harder to be a specialist in this league and stay, long-term in this league. So I think we've definitely seen a trend, whether it's the NBA, the WNBA, of just kind of athletes dominating. At the same time, I think you see more and more small ball. There's only so many Brittany Griners and Sylvia Fowles, so you're going to see teams spread it out, not unlike kind of how the spread took over college football. I mean, you have, you spread the floor, you create a lot of opportunities for a lot of your players.
Yes! I'm loving the hashtag Coach Nikki, and I'm loving my team, the Atlanta Dream. Now, you already know, sports lovelies, you already know. If I can run with the Atlanta Dream, you should run with the Atlanta Dream. Let's all run with the Atlanta Dream 2018, yes! It's one dream, one team. Let's go Dream, let's go. Game on, I am back. This is your girl, the self-proclaimed sports Nisa, Yakiri Thomas. I'm here with
Carlita.
And your girl, Bonnet, baby.
Yes. Amazing interview we just did. Amazing thing that the WNBA Atlanta Dream has going on. So excited about 2018.
Absolutely.
Running with the Atlanta Dream.
Support women's basketball.
All day.
I'm always about to support women's basketball.
All day, every day, So, our last story. I definitely wanted to talk about this Ray Caruth situation. Former Carolina Panthers Ray Caruth apologized for the death of his pregnant girlfriend and seeks custody of their 18-year-old son. Most of you guys don't know, Ray Caruth went down for trying to kill, and he actually succeeded killing his ex-girlfriend. She was pregnant with his baby, and somehow, some way, he hired somebody to do the deed. He didn't actually do it himself. She survived and was able to tell the police who did it, who was in charge of this actual, wasn't a murder at that time. She eventually went into a coma. They knew that he had something to do with it, and of course he went down, and him and his hitman. Now, 17 years later, he's saying, he's sorry for what happened, and he's trying to take custody of his son that he didn't want in the beginning. Sad story. Again, the mother of the victim is raising a son. The son is 18 years old. He has cerebral palsy because of what happened to him during that time period. Mother, the grandmother, strong advocate for victims, strong advocate for still trying to, not be the victim anymore, to say the least. In a situation just very shocking, but yet appalling.
It is.
Questions and answers.
Yes. I would say the audacity of him to ask for custody is just off the wall. I mean, I think it's fine to, apologize for everything, but nah, don't do that.
Okay.
So I have to disagree.
Okay. Listening, Shiobhan.
So my issue with this is
yes,
people change. It has been almost 18 years. People change. At the time he was being selfish, of course, and he wanted to, he used the worst way at trying to get rid of what he at the time thought was a problem or something that was going to get in his way. I think that for him to go through those 18 years, maybe he has developed as a person. He wants to be close to his kids. He wants to, make up for the time, make up for what he did. Of course, it's disgusting. Yes. Nobody wants to be like, my dad killed my mom, and nobody
tried to kill
that.
Me, but I survived.
Right, but I'm one of those people. Again, I want to practice forgiveness as much as I can. It's hard in this situation. I can only imagine how hard it is. But why are we trying to stop this man from actually stepping up and being a father when usually we're condemning men when they don't?
Okay, I will say this: the mother, the grandmother, has basically came out and said she wants him to hurt the son, to know that was his father.
Right.
As far as taking full custody, not going to happen. But again, just understand she is still pushing the love. Yes, this happened. Forgiveness is a must. But at the end of the day, let's remember.
I get that, but why do we want to stay harping on the past? Why do we want to stay harping on the fact that he did this? I think just moving forward, it should just kind of be like, I want to take care of my kids. I want to be a father. And I feel like he's going to need a father figure eventually. And I don't feel like we should stop somebody from wanting to try to actually be a dad.
And at the end of the day, he's 18 years old. Like, I feel like he can make that decision for himself. So, I mean, if the son wants to grow a relationship with this man, then he should be able to make that decision.
That's fair.
And I would definitely clean up with that.
I love
it. It's up to him.
Motivational moment now. Fair enough. Fair. Okay, sports lovelies, here's my motivational moment is upon us. I say it week after week. It doesn't matter how slow you go, so as long as you don't stop. Remember, dreams don't come true until you what? You wake up and you go to work. Make sure that you stay tuned. Chicks in the Sports, we're so official. We'll be here every Friday, 1 to 2, on Atlanta's 1100 radio station, The Real. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and IG. Remember, come on, ladies. The game will never be the same. Game